Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on this channel. It's not a highlights race of the of a normal league race, but this is a kind of a special one. It's a league versus league race where I have been invited to represent Speed Force Racing against IRL, which means Invictus Racing League, and I was invited
They've already got a football team.
to represent them, and with 9 other people who are racing in the same division as me or a division higher. And this was my fastest qualifying lap, as we are racing at Silverstone, 50% dry conditions, and I was practicing really hard for this, as I didn't really know how I would perform. I personally thought it would be around 10th place, because you just don't know what the others from the other league can perform. So I was doing Grand Prix mode and a lot of qualifying laps to practice on, as practice is quite, or qualifying is quite key here, as you will. Silverstone is 9 of the 10 times a DRS train, and it's just hard to pass all those guys, and then it was really important to qualify as near as on the front. Pole position was quite impossible to get, because my teammate, which was GFO Miltos, qualified with a 125.9, which is from another level, and I qualified in 5th place with 126.8, 8 tenths slower than my teammate, but he was untouchable. So we move now on to the race, where I was really prepared for a good start, as I have Stinson and Max, who were the quickest of IRL in front of me. So the fireflies were coming on, and they were now off, and I had a really good start. I already overtook Max on just on the traction, to be honest. And then Stinson got pushed out wide, and I let go to the inside of turn 4. And when I was on the inside, I squeezed him, because he was on the outside, and that's always the risk when you're on the outside. So then I was already pushing to not get re-overtaken by Stinson, which worked. And on the 3rd lap, with the DRS is being enabled, I was trying to defend as much, and Stinson got to the inside, and I got a slightly track limit there, which wasn't necessary, to be honest, but I wanted to have a switchback to try to set up the move at Brooklands. It didn't work out, but Stinson at lap 4 spun out of himself, so that was one opponent less for us. And then we had Max to look at, and Max passed me on 4th lap at Stowe, but I gained him back a lap later, coming out of the loop and having the DRS coming into Brooklands, I think. So I gained 3rd position for now. Then at the end of lap 5, Max was at the back of me, and he overtook me on the outside of Stowe. I couldn't defend back on the same turn, but I was still trying to keep close to him. I took a stupid penalty there, and Max came into the pits on lap 8, so I decided to pit on the next lap, on lap 9. I also got a 5-second time penalty, because I was braking as late as I could, but it was slightly too late.
I just baited someone into something quick.
And from that point, I decided to hold him up as much so so Max couldn't attack Jim in front of us, who was I think 2 seconds just in front of us. And now I'm looking at the mini map and looking for the blue Williams, and he is coming to turn 1 now. I knew what to do. I was lost the back slightly of my cold tires, but Max got me slightly, so that was positive. So I didn't use the DRS window today. Then on lap 12 I decided to get Max and tried to push the Jim, but he was just 10 for 2 too quick, so I didn't have DRS. So Max tried to pass me again at the outside of turn 4, lap 14 I would say, but he gained the position and I had to back out. Lap 16 I'm still behind Max, but then you see the black box is trying to overtake me, and I didn't want that to happen, as I thought I could get Max, but I was waiting for the right moment and not burning too much ERS. But then I saw that the Brad, who I knew was a teammate of me, was on the soft, so when I knew he was behind me, I let him go.
Oh,
But then on lap 23 the full safety car came out.
Oh.
So I was in a dilemma, because should I pit or should I stay out, and I decided to pit because I have that 5 seconds and I wanted that to remove. But also my teammate came in, and I just stopped to
I have a 5 second.
to not risk a second 5 seconds. My teammate, who was million seconds ahead of us, did also pit, so I had a little delay on my pit stop. So for lap 24 the safety car comes in like always, and I joined the pack on a pretty perfect way, as my tires were already on perfect temperature, and then here we were going. I am in 10th place, and in front of me is Jinger, who is in from the other league, so, and he also medium, so I knew that I could have him, so I did the switch back to him on turn 4 of, I think, and I gained the position, and then I pushed to get to the front group with Speedy who had a penalty, so I was pushing as hard, but I pushed too hard. I got a 3-second time penalty, but I would only lose 1 position, so that wasn't too big. Max won the race on track, but he had a 3-second time penalty, which cost him the win, and we from SFR got a full podium, and they only got one.
Oh, he got a podium in GP1 or something.
One from IRL in the top 7, so I could say we smashed them. So see you in the next video. Goodbye.